Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? It's Russell here from Porkys Corner, but you already know that, don't you? That's why you've tuned in. Right. First of all, I want to point out to all them people that have joined the members area, right? £5.99 a month you're parting with. Thank you very much. You've already had 3 videos so far this month. You will get 10. All right. So we can only do as best, but any money's made of it will go back into the channel to try new things that are innovative. All right, we're not like other channels. We has tongue up everybody's hoop. We like to do things our own way. All right, so thank you very much for helping the Porky Express train keep ploughing forward through the snow. Only boxing fans can change what I'm trying to do. That's change all the way through. People might say, Porky, you're a hater, you're negative. Yeah, but you say things like that to your mate in pub, don't you, or your missus when you're in bed at night. Unlike me, I'm doing something about it. My pretty face is on here, isn't it? All right, I'm not hiding out behind a keyboard like rest of you warriors on here, or 90% here. Right, so, but first off, I want to give a big shout out to my good dear friend Josh Whale, right, from Barnsley. I think he's now got 6 fighters with him. He's managing. He's already a trainer. He's already still fighting, and he's going to be promoting as well. So, well done to Josh for building up a little stable there. I know one thing. I've known Josh a few years now, and his dad. One thing about them, you're not going to get them hanging out of the back of people. They'll do it the traditional way. All right? Well, good luck to Josh, because he's going to be like another Joe Gallagher, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's going to be another Joe where he does everything. But sometimes you can do too much in the sport of boxing. So good luck to Josh. Now, question 1 or topic 1. Does Fury and Joshua happen this year? I say no, but I've been wrong before, haven't I? But I just say no, it can happen this year. But they've told that many whoppers, they've got to keep the story going, haven't they? So if all you people are going to keep on the hook about this story, if you're going to keep on hanging on the hook, whatever you want to call it, that's up to you. But I'm off the story now. I'm not really interested in it now. I just want to see the fight happen. If it ain't going to happen this year, stop talking about it. Let's give the time and effort to other people. For example, when we've got all these YouTubers being told what to do, it's a cult. That's a cult. They're told what to do and what to cover. There's more to boxing than the same 25 people that keep getting interviewed on certain channels. There's more to boxing than that. There's thousands of people in the boxing industry, but we have the same 25 people every day, day in, day out. I mean, I was watching a program last night. Steve Davis were talking about storylines in 80s with snookers, and he only got that off his mentor, won't he, Barry Hearn? Storylines. Storylines is what we see on WWE with Vince McMahon and Triple H and The Rock and Hulk Hogan and Stephanie McMahon and all that rubbish that young kids watch. That's storylines. Storylines are also EastEnders and Coronation Street, not the sport of boxing. All right? So does it happen in 2021? No. If it does, be prepared to pay, because there's no crowds, is there? All right. Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields, is it a good fight? It's a great fight, isn't it? Savannah's undefeated. She's a world champion. Clarissa's undefeated. She's a world champion. She's also double Olympic champion. Savannah's a world amateur gold, and Savannah's the only person to beat Clarissa, amateur and professional. It's a great fight. Is it pay-per-view? No. But they need paying well for it, though. They need paying well. But it's the only fight in the sport of boxing for females that's going to be any good, apart from Natasha Jonas and Terry Harper rematch. But We'll come to that in a bit. So don't be just rushing yourself. Don't rush. All right. If you're going to put your kettle on, put your kettle on now. All right. Take your time because we're going to let a few porky bombs off as this video progresses. All right. Now, Conor Benn, is he all hype? He's not won a British title yet. Not even fought for a British title, but he's world ranked. How can that be? How can that be? I don't know, but what I do know is his best win's for Miller, but yet he's been mentioned in the same breath as other people who are great in weight class, and I don't get that. I mean, I'm even hearing his name thrown about as a pay-per-view fighter in 12 months. Are you having a laugh? How can we have a pay-per-view fighter who's not won a British title? I don't get that. I don't get that, but I wish Conor Benn well. If you say you don't think he's any good, you're a hater, aren't you? Or a troll, or you're jealous, or bitter, or twisted, or boring, or whatever. I'm going to say this, right? He ain't even got a jab. I haven't seen him use a jab yet. He likes to tear up, but so what? Don't we all? So, am I on the Conor Benn hype train? No, I never were on it. But other people who are in a similar position to me keep going on about how he's knuckled down and this and that. Well, isn't that his job? His job's to gut Jim. Dave Allen were at Dennis's one day, and Dennis says, "Your job is to go the gym, David. You come here on a Friday, you pick your money up. Your job's to go gym. If you can't go gym, hit the road, Jack. Whatever you've had so far, consider it severance pay. Take the train, get out of Dodge." Conor Benn's job is to train and go to the gym. He is a professional boxer. All right? Go and read your license from the Boxing Board of Control. What does it say? You are to stay in shape and be professional. You are to be professional outside of boxing and not get involved in fights or pub brawls and all that and drugs and all that. Be a professional. You don't get Olympian athletes running around cracking people on a Friday night, do you? But we do in the sport of boxing, don't we? So Conor Benn's job is to train, and I wish him well, but it's very limited. And if his dad wasn't Nigel Benn, we wouldn't even be hearing about him. If his name were Conor Jones, they'd be like, "Oh, what are you into that Conor Jones? Well, he's not bad. He'll end up a journeyman." That's what we'd be saying. He won't be carefully matched into fights because of who he is. All right? So that's my opinion on Conor Benn, but I wish him well. Are fighters' records deceiving us at the moment? Josh Wales' record, for example. He's about 40 wins, has he? About 10 losses, 11 losses, something like that. Was it 30 wins? I forget now, but Josh Wales' record, because it could easily be 39-5, something like that, instead of 31-11-2 or something like that, whatever. Glenn Johnson, Road Warrior, his record could be a lot better than what it is. But he was on the road as the B-side, and that's what happens when you go on the road or when you're B-side. All right, so fighters' records can deceive us. A message to matchmakers: don't throw towel in on kids that have had so many defeats. I know people who are saying, "Yeah, Josh Wales a busted flush," and I'm saying, "No, I think he's still got some." So I made a bit of noise, signed him at Dennis's. He went 4-0. I'm quite proud of the fact that I got him a belt. So that won't be my legacy. My legacy will be better than that. But we've got to start somewhere, haven't we? So people who want to criticise, what have you done? That's right, nothing. So moving on. Mandatories. I don't really know how to explain this. Mandatories. Why do we have mandatories? We have mandatories so it can be fair, so that people can work their way up the rankings and get that title shot. Sometimes your promoter can't get you a title shot because one promoter might not get on with another promoter. So what happens is you just get freezed out. When it comes to, say, you're getting your shot, the champion will say, "Oh, we're going to go for a unification." And that supersedes a mandatory. Oh, they'll say he's injured, or he's already got a fight booked, or he's got a voluntary. There's ways to do that, to get that mandatory out of the way if it's a hard mandatory. And hopefully when you do that, you're dragging it out. This is what promoters do, they drag it out. And the hard fight that's a mandatory, he might go in a fight then and get injured, he might get beat, or he might get a fight cancelled, he might put weight on. Before you know where you are, that mandatory goes away then, and you don't have to fight that person. Wait, I'll finish off. Canelo, Yildirim. Why did they put Canelo, Yildirim on? Chris Eubank Jr. blew him away inside 3 rounds. So why would they put him in with best name in boxing? The biggest superstar in the sport of boxing today is Canelo Alvarez. He's the superstar. Has Yildirim in the same ring as him? Because he's a mandatory. Yeah, but come on. Why didn't Canelo want to fight Beterbiev or Batavia, however you want to pronounce it? He didn't want to fight him, did he? Because he's the biggest punching guy in the sport at the moment. Every fight he's had, he's knocked him out. Everybody he's fought, he's iced them. He's a proper iceman. But AJ Usyk, I mean, what's happening with that? AJ Usyk. Usyk is Joshua's mandatory, but all of a sudden, they've made a fight between him and Joe Joyce. Why can't Sam Jones, who's got Joyce, and Usyk put pressure on WBO to say, look, we want to be fighting for full belt. That's what we're about. Instead of this interim crap, fight for the full belt. Instead of trying to hang out the back of people like Sam Jones is. Stand up for your man. If your man's fighting Usyk, you want it to be for the world title, don't you? But does that fight happen now? I'm not so sure. Is Joe Joyce willing to go in with a guy who's already beat him once, beat him comfortably as well, beat him up? No, I don't think he is. I don't think he is. So I think that's just a chess move by them all. And Eddie's pulling all the strings, isn't he? He's pulling all the strings, I can assure you. But, like I've just said to you there, a unification supersedes a mandatory. But what's the point in having mandatories if these governing bodies are not going to enforce them? And why aren't they enforcing them? Because they're getting that, aren't they? Fury Joshua fights, what's going to happen? They'll get thousands, won't they? Thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands. You're probably looking about, I don't know, 300 grand a piece. Maybe 200 for IBO. What's that? 1.7 million spread across 5 governing bodies. Not bad, is it? Not bad at all. But it is what it isn't. Fighters thinking that they can jump the levels. I know that some trolls out there who go on certain YouTube channels on live chat, they always go on about me mentioning levels. Well, why not? Why don't you come on here and mention it? Instead of hiding behind your accounts, pretending to be certain people. I'll give you a list of certain people. Dave Allen against Ortiz. Dave Allen's not won a belt in his life. Only belt he's going out is a snake belt, holding his Jimmy Savile tracky bottoms up. Anthony Yard. Has he won a British title? No. Josh Kelly. What's he won? No, he's not won a British title, has he? Conor Benn. He's next. He's next to think he can skip British level. Tough sport. Tough sport, but like I've just said, Anthony Yard, Kovalev. What's Anthony Yard doing in there with Kovalev? What happened? Got knocked out. What happened to Dave Allen against Ortiz? What happened? Got knocked out. Josh Kelly against Ivan Isham. What happened? Not only got knocked out, the towel came in. Smashed to bits. Conor Benn, he'll be next, trust me. And then all you'll hear then is setbacks pave the way for comebacks, and I'll come back stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet, eating kangaroo meat. That's what you'll hear then. And my old man got beaten. He came back after he lost against Michael Watson. That's what you'll hear. Remember, you heard it here first. Saunders, Canelo. Whose side is Eddie Hearn on with that fight? Whose side is he on with that fight? It's 2 years too late, that, for Billy Joe. That fight would have been a lot better if Billy would have been at 160. Billy at 160 and Canelo at 160. That's a good fight for Bill. I don't think it's a good fight for Bill now. I like Mark Tibbs. I consider him a pal. He's his trainer. And I hope they rip that title from Canelo, but let's have it right. They're fighting at wrong weight. They're fighting away from home as well. And Billy's coming off a fight with Martin Murray. Let me just say that again. Martin Murray. That's great preparation, that, isn't it? A 12-round ball feast against Martin Murray. Is that the right preparation to fight Canelo Alvarez, biggest puncher in weight division for his sport? That's what I think. Best fighter in weight division, and Billy's going up against him. And it's all stacked against him. So is it a cash out? Yeah. Can Billy win on a scale of 1 to 10? I hope so. But on a scale of 1 to 10, he's got a 1 in 10 chance of winning. But I don't know. I've just been talking to my mate before I come in here. So what do you reckon about Saunders Canelo? What are Billy's chances? He says slim and none. And Slim's just left town. So it is what it is. But like I said, I'd like to see Canelo in beat Bebo Bataria, but you're not going to get that, are you? The EIS at Sheffield. Keep mentioning it, and I'm going to keep mentioning it until somebody does something about it. Why is it allowed to happen? They've got facilities up there. Coley, McCracken, Joshua. You know, they're all up there. Joshua's managing at Campbell Hatton now, isn't he? Is he another famous dad's son and all that? They're all going to get the treatment, aren't they now? Best nutrition, best food, best strength and conditioning, best equipment, swimming pools, showers, ice baths, ice chambers, oxygen chambers, you name it. They've got it up there. They've got the full bag of machines. They've got sports psychologists, a lot. That group, they were allowed to use that. That is lottery funded. That is for amateur boxing. So why have we got them using it all? Well, why? I'm going to blame one man. If he's got a problem, he can get my number off Carl Froch. I'm going to blame Robert McCracken. He's allowing it to happen. They're manipulating the system up there. Is that right on every other trainer in the country? When them kids come up against their kids up there who've been training up there? Is that right? No. It's not right at all. Is that fair? No, I don't think it's fair. What is anybody doing about it? I'm doing something about it. People might talk about it amongst their friends. They might talk to me about it, but you've got to go on your social medias and talk about it and say that you're not happy. You've got to come on my channel and speak to me on Zoom. I'll never give you names in, but if you want, you could come and tell me, and we'll put it out there. And you can be outspoken about it like I am, because I can't carry it brunt all the time. What am I going to have? My car damaged and threats all the time. Is that what I'm going to have? Right. And people ringing here. Right. People need to stop ringing in to come and knock on the door. I'm not hard to find. Come and knock on the door. I'm like, you in for a cuppa. Like I said, my good friend Carl Froch used to train up there. I didn't think it was right then. but it is what it isn't it? McCracken's been up there 12 years now. I mean, how much longer is he going to milk it up there? He must have millions. But moving on, does Eddie Hills, the 4-0, former super heavyweight amateur boxing star from Billericay Club, a.k.a. Hills the Iceman, free by way of, does Eddie Hills care for these fighters? No, does he? He don't care. Does he care about Josh Kelly? I remember Josh Kelly thinking Eddie ain't what best thing since sliced bread. Does Josh Kelly think that now? No, he doesn't. Josh Kelly will be fighting at 154, be fighting Cheeseman and people like that, and Fitzy. Proper seasoned guys. That's what's going to happen there. And before you know where you are, there'll be 12-3 in a draw. And there'll be, 16 fights in then, and it'll all be over. It'll all be over. And you'll see what Eddie Hearn cares about you then, Josh. But all I can say is go and look at Callum Smith. Put him in with Canelo, didn't he? Why did he do that? 4-week notice. me tell you this. If somebody said to me, Russ, I want you to get involved in kit car business, and you 10 weeks to put a kit car together, and that's what you need to put a kit car together. Me and a pal could do one in 10 weeks. If somebody came to me and said, I want you to do it in 4 weeks, what would it look like? What would it look like? Hey, what? Could do a Covin, couldn't we? A 911 lookalike. 4 weeks. It's not going to look the real deal, is it? It's going to be a bag of shit, isn't it? You might get it through an MOT, you might get it passed, and you might get paint right on it and that, but deep down, it won't be done right, would it? So how can you train for a 10-week camp? So in 4 weeks, how can you train for the best fighter in the world at the moment? He's only lost to Floyd Mayweather and Canelo, and he'll fight in a weight you want comfortable at. But how can you train for Canelo in 4 weeks? What sort of person would do that? Hey, the book's got a lie with Callum on it, obviously, for wanting the fight, but you can't take them fights in 4 weeks. It's craziness. So what does Eddie Hearn think about Callum Smith? What? You don't think that much about him, does he? 4 weeks. Right? 4 weeks notice. Why do that? Was it to big Canelo's CV up? Was it to do that? Big his CV up? And then what? Let him get a ring belt and a WBA belt as well. Make him look good. Tickle his ego. He keeps beating up on Brits, doesn't he? Billy Joe next, going to meat market, because that's what it is, isn't it? Billy's off to meat market now, isn't he? He's off to the slaughterhouse. Vladimir were doing it years, wasn't he, in Germany? Canelo's doing it now. And you've got Eddie Hearn in corner with Canelo. Mr. Impartial. Hey? Hey? When Billy gets beat against Canelo, watch what Billy really thinks about Eddie Hearn. You're not going to say no now, but watch what happens. Watch it all unfold like an onion. So, like I just said there, why don't Canelo and Eddie Hearn mention Beta Beef? Why? We don't mention him, do they? Oh, Beta Beaver. Don't want to go near him. Why not? Because he can punch, can't he? He's an hard night's work, isn't it? For Canelo, and he's a massive light heavyweight, isn't he? Oh. You know what? Canelo started his career as I didn't weight. He's gone through the weights, hasn't he? But Beta Beef's already there. He's probably fighting at a weight. He's probably between a light heavyweight and a cruiserweight, Beta Beef. No. Instead of beating up on Kovalev, a busted flush alcoholic, with a lot of bad habits, we all beat up on guys that old, can't we? Hey? You beat Kovalev, now go and finish the division off and go get Beta Beef. That's what you should be doing, Eddie Hearn. Go ring Eddie Reneso, who you're hanging out at back of at the moment. Go ring him and start coming out with all that team effort and that. Canelo were a world champion many years before you started hanging out at the back of him, Eddie. Many. Every fight Canelo seems to have, he seems to have upper hand, doesn't he? Whether it be giving fighters time. You know, you can fight me and we'll pay you millions, but you're only getting 4 weeks. This is why fighters should stay ticking over in the gym all the time. Then when that phone rings, you're ready, aren't you? You know what I mean? But I think a fighter needs a good 10-week camp before he can take on something like Canelo. Not 4 weeks. It's in bad taste, that. In bad taste. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Plus the fact that Canelo's a convicted drug cheat. Did I say convicted drug cheat then? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Does that mean the biggest star in the sport of boxing has got a conviction for performance-enhancing drugs? That's correct, isn't it? After all them big interviews at Eddie Hearn and all this shower do on IFL. And we've got them pushing the biggest guy in the sport, the convicted drug cheat, eh? This is boxing for this is the sport that we all love. Unbelievable, isn't it? So it is what it is, isn't it? Eddie's Mr. Squeaky Clean in his Primark dramas. But what can you do? But he's Eddie, Team Billy, or is he Team Canelo? Well, let me tell you this. We've heard Eddie come out in an interview the other day going on about how the scrutinising referees and this and that for on the night and stuff like that, but they didn't let Callum Smith, did they? That's right. They never let Callum Smith's team say we're not happy with this ref, we're not happy with that ref, but look at the palaver they've got with sorting all this out for Billy's fight with Canelo. Hey, Eddie, Callum Smith was your guy, wasn't he? Going to fight Canelo, but you didn't really go into bat for him, did you? It is what it is, isn't it? Which brings me to drug testing in boxing. Why do Sky Sports, BT Sport, simply sweep it all under the carpet? Why? Why? Well, we've got Povetkin, haven't we? Dylan White next. They're two convicted drug cheats. Is that on pay-per-view? You bet your bottom dollar it's on pay-per-view. Is anybody saying anything about it? No. Nobody's saying a dicky bird, are they? Nobody's going to say a dicky bird except moi. Are them other YouTubers going to say anything? They daren't. They daren't say a word. That's why they're not last the pace. They daren't say a word. Keep watching, though. We've got a surprise near the end. I might even let it off in middle, actually. Nice little surprise for you. Which brings me to quality control. And Terry Chappendama on. He said that Ed Robinson at Sky has nothing to do with quality control. Not true, Eddie. You all have a say in it. They all sit down and they go like that, don't they? Bean, Ed Robinson, Ern, Johnny Nelson, the company man. He's just going to put his hand. He'll wait to see if Bean puts his hand up first. If Bean don't put his hand up, Johnny will be like that one. If Bean puts his hand up, Johnny will put two up. Look, we know what's going on, don't we? The quality control of the shows, and that goes for you, Bricktop, as well, at BT Sport. Garbage. Garbage. Utter garbage. More than welcome to come out, channel and debate it with me. What are you afraid of? I'm here. Nobody dare they? Nobody dare, because you know when you tell the truth, nobody wants to give you airtime when you tell the truth, do they? Right. Nobody there. Which brings me to Sonny Brooks. Not Sonny Brooks. Sonny Edwards. Sonny Edwards. Little crybaby, because you ended up in Helmets of the Month. You want me to tell you why you ended up in Helmets, Sonny? Because you behave like a ringtail. You are a little ringtail. Think you said, look, I don't bring a 15-year-old gypsy girl to you who does a bit of judo. I'll fetch you down to your gym where you train at. She'll get on mat with you and show you what it's all about. Because I can't eat you, because I'm not going to get a medal for giving you one of them, am I? You're a little mouthy little so-and-so, aren't you, Sonny? But I just want to squeeze your cheeks. Let me just remind you, Sonny, what you said on your social media when you were going about being in the helmet. That I stole ticket money from Dennis Hobson. Oh, my God. First of all, when I started with Dennis, April 2015 till July 2020, never took a penny. Never handled ticket money. If I have ripped a boxer off with ticket money, get this boxer to go on social media and call me out on it. Never handled ticket money. Never will handle ticket money. First thing I said was, I don't want to be handling money. All right, I'm not running around with money. Don't mind going printers up and picking tickets up. I ain't collecting money in. Dennis's secretary is called Michelle Taylor. She is known in the boxing industry as Miss Moneypenny. She gives the tickets out when the fights are arranged. The ticket money comes in morning of the weigh-in or at the weigh-in. That's where the ticket money is handed in. On the night, they have a table outside the arena, usually in Sheffield. John Fuchs, Mrs. Michelle, and another girl, I think, is it Louise? Not sure if she does it no more. They all sit there and they take the money off people coming into the arena. End of the night, everybody gets paid. Border control, judges, security, away fighters. Dennis's fighters get paid on a Monday, Sonny. So what? So who's these people I've ripped the money off? Never lived in London since 1989, Sonny. What was the other thing? Dennis said I'm not allowed in Sheffield. I can go to Dennis's house anytime I want and walk in now. And we'll laugh and joke. Well, I will when time's right, but not now. What that's got to do with you, I don't know, but it is what it is, isn't it? But never handled any ticket money. people who are watching this, feel free to tweet Dennis Hobson on Twitter and ask them. And Dennis or Michelle will give you a reply. But if I took money off Dennis, do you think I'd be sat here now? No, we'd have been at it. Never stole a penny. Never got near a penny. Never wanted to be near it. Don't need to be near it. So why would you make that up, Sonny? I'll tell you why. Because you're in helmets. But when you behave like a helmet, you get the votes, Sonny, don't you? You get the votes. All right? Because you're at it all the time on social media, but you're irrelevant, aren't you? You're in a division that nobody cares about. You should put your efforts into getting ready for that kid that you're fighting who's, what is he, 15 and 6 or whatever. God. Putting TV companies to sleep. Start knocking people out, Sonny. Then start shouting your mouth off on Twitter. But you're going to have to come out with something better than that, Sonny. You're going to have to come out with something a little bit better than took a bit of ticket money. Oh, my God. Dennis's biggest ticket sellers, what? Liam Cameron, Sheedy, Tommy Frank. Get all them to go on the social media. Them 3 fighters. And Josh Whale. Josh Whale's probably the biggest ticket seller. Get all them or tweet them. I want everybody to tweet them 4 because they're the biggest ticket sellers. And Perry Howe. He's really a white collar fighter, isn't he? Then 5. Who's the other one? Suffy, 6. Can't think of anymore. Dempsey Whale. Well, tweet them people. Ask them if I owe them any money for tickets. Don't owe them a penny. All right? Never handle ticket money. Never will handle ticket money. It's not my thing. I do know a lot of people who stole ticket money through Dennis and other people. I won't name them on here. They know who they are. But I never handled it. I never wanted to. You don't need to when you've got Michelle there, because if there's any problems, it's all on here, isn't it? So get your facts right, Sonny, before you try and take the Porkster on. And stop crying because you were in the helmets of the month. Oh, rat think. Moving on from the adventures of Tintin. Does Ed Robinson get off light? Yes, he does. He's the man behind the scenes at Sky. He's the man that set Bellew on and Caldwell to do that ringside expert analysis job. Hey, one guy who hadn't beat a champion and another guy who's what? Won a central area. They're the Sky expert analysis. And they're cheering for Chisora and saying he won. And then backtracking 24 hours later. Oh, my God. Ed Robinson, come see me. A lot of people give me emails, giving Dennis a bit of stick. Like I said, I don't work with Dennis no more, but go and look at Dennis's last show in that car park. Is that any worse than what Sky and BT are serving up? No. What production good? As good, or nearly as good. So, if you want to give him stick, it's DennisHobson@mail.com. Tell him. Don't tell me. I don't work for him no more. Tell him. All right? You're only as good as your last show, and Dennis's last show were half all right, wasn't it? Apart from his main guy getting beat in headline fight, he said he did all right out of the show. So good luck to him. But don't tell me, tell him. All right? Crying to me. Which brings me to trainers. Trainers in the UK. Why have we got trainers in the UK at the moment putting themselves on social media doing the Sunday sermon or the Monday Mass? We know who they are, don't we? Dave Caldwell, Ben Davidson, and on and on and on and on. It goes, doesn't it? These kind of people putting their sends in the mix, selling themselves. For example, Ben Davidson. Look, in my opinion, Ben Davidson is just MTK trainer, isn't he, right? If anybody needs a trainer, he's going to be the go-to guy, isn't he? Tyson Fury, undefeated world champion. Billy Joe Saunders, undefeated world champion. Josh Taylor, undefeated world champion. He trains them. Tyson and Billy have left him. How many fighters leave a trainer and it's amicable? How many? Not many, is there? But if Ben Davison were any good, he'd still be with Tyson and Billy, wouldn't he? I'm not saying he ain't one for the future, but he's a little baby, isn't he? As regards to training, he's inexperienced. Soon as Josh Taylor has a bad performance and scrapes through or a loss, Ben Davison will be down the road. He'll be down the road. And then he'll be back to Monday morning mass or Sunday sermons. That's what it is. But we've got these YouTube people giving these people airtime because they're told to do, because they have to do. They have to keep in the circle. But it should be evened out. There's more to boxing than these people. This is why we have different people on our channel all the time. There's more to boxing than just having the same old people on. I have Mickey Theo on here every week, but that's for something a bit different outside of boxing. He comes on once a week, does views. He's funny. He's a gentleman. He's not a hardcore fan, but he wants to fight John Fury. If anybody's got a problem with that, don't watch, because you get another 29 videos for a month as well to watch. All right. So that's my choice. If you don't like it, lump it. All right. But it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, Ben Davison, what is he? He looks about 15-year-old. Only thing missing on his clock is Frank Smith's spots from Matchroom. Isn't it? Oxy Gutland, Frank, I know you're watching. I know you're watching as well, Dave Allen. What, do you want to kiss and make up? Let me just have a drink of my new shake bottle. We've gone large. Let's have a look where we're at here now. Let's have a look where we're at. Now we've got Mr. Integrity, Dave Caldwell, piped up again yesterday, hasn't he? What's he done with anybody? What's he done him except hang out at the back of Eddie and Zoop? What? Dave Caldwell, go see Chris Smedley. Go see him. You know where his gym is. Go see Chris. We'll put it on pay-per-view. You know you won't, don't you? You know, don't you? You know, Dave, don't you? Go see him. Every time I put my telly on, I'm seeing Dave Caldwell. Oh, Devinder. Keep seeing you there. I don't want to see you on my TV. I don't want to see you annoying me. You give me a fucking ulcer. Right. Let's have a look. Josh Taylor Ramirez, is it a good fight? I think it's a great fight. I'm a massive Josh Taylor fan. I think he's got everything. 3 years ago, this August, I think I did a video. Go back on my channel to August 2018. I did a video. I said Josh Taylor beats Mikey Garcia. I always bring this up. So it's, look, isn't it great when you're right? He went, Porky, you're talking rubbish. What a talking rubbish, because he's in everybody's pound for pound top 10 now, isn't he? Josh Taylor. So I want talking rubbish, what I? He's got a good eye for talent, that's all. But it is what it is, isn't it? So, but what can you do? Well, like I said, if I were a betting man, I'd bet that Josh Taylor and Ben Davison, they're not together 12 months from now. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. But Boazzi's left his trainer, hasn't he? Now, people are saying, Porky, it's not McCracken who we're training. Well, we know it was his amateur coach and all that, don't we? But behind the scenes, it was Robert McCracken. You know, pulling all strings. So he's left now. He's gone abroad. So good luck to him. That's what I say. Good luck to him. But is Boazzi this roadman killer? Well, people keep saying, Porky, Boazzi's a killer. What was he killed? A few lame ducks. He's not killed a wild geese yet, has he? Eh? What was he killed? Oh. He went life and death with nobody in his last fight. Boazzi's, I'd say, European level fighter, if that. I wouldn't say he's what is he, number 2 in WBA? Might fight Callum Johnson. Why not? Why don't they put him in with Callum Johnson? He didn't want that fight, did he? He didn't want that smoke, did he? Hey, why? Roadman killer? There's talkers and there's smoky bacon walkers. Boatsy needs to back it up. 160 grand a fight. That's only because he's with Joshua, isn't it? Is he worth 160 grand a fight? No. Does he sell tickets now? Would you pay to watch him now? What do you think to his interviews? I've never seen one, I don't think. He can't get on IFL because Eddie Hearn's on it all the time. Which brings me to Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. That's got to happen. I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to keep mentioning it. I think it's a great fight. I think it's a fantastic fight. A clash of styles. One's a bit brash, one's very quiet, but my money's on Savannah in that fight. It's the biggest fight in female boxing. Now, I'm sure Eddie Hills with his $1 billion war chest, and he got a $1 billion war chest. What happened to that? Eddie's $1 billion. Where is it all? Where's it all gone? He give it all Tommy Coyle, didn't he? What's Tommy done with it? Bought a load of apples and pears by the sounds of it. Moving on to managers in the sport of boxing. We've got Tony Bellew, he's a manager, isn't he? Dylan White, Dave Caldwell, Robert McCracken, Tony Sims. They're all saying they're not going to work with Frank Warren behind the scenes. Why not? Why not? What is the sport called? It's called boxing, isn't it? You don't have to like people, do you? You can have a girlfriend and not like her on a Monday and then like her on a Wednesday. You don't have to like people to earn money with them, do you? The point I want to make is this. Dave Allen's a manager as well, isn't he? Now he's saying he's going to stay loyal to Matchroom and all that. Well, why would you stay loyal to them? To put you with Lewis Ortiz, your tongue will like that. You're peeing blood, want you free week? Your words. Why would you want to stay loyal to people like that for $9.5 grand, getting your head punched upside down? Friends like them, who needs enemies? But Dave Allen never said he didn't want to work with Frank. He just said he's going to stay loyal to Matchroom. Well, so you got all them managers there that don't want to work with Frank Warren, and people tell me that there's not a cold war going on between two rival TV companies, Sky and BT Sport. What is all that about? What's all that about? I don't know, but you've got to wish Dave Allen all the best. He's the Jimmy Savile of Doncaster, isn't he, Dave, isn't he? With them tracksuits he wears, isn't he? Thought my tracksuits were bad. Come on, Dave. I know you're watching. Get some new trackies on, Dave. Get that body warmer on, Dave, that you used to wear with a hole in it. Be like Rocky Balboa with that grey thing he used to wear in Rocky 1. You know, that thing that draws flies. It is what it is, isn't it? Or it is what it isn't. I just want to wish Steffi Bull all the best after his operation. Fancy having your tongue removed from Eddie Hearn's hoop. I bet you're in pain, aren't you, Steffi? Best painkiller for that, Steffi, is opium. Bet you end up with an habit. I had an ear injury. I had opium and that and became addicted. 21 years ago, that was this week. 21 years ago. Those were the days. The big sheets of foil, the blowtorch. Farmer's daughter on the foil. Well, it is what it is. So, Steffi, I hope you're going to be all right in recovery. And if you need to know what it's about, ask Dave Caldwell after he had his first operation to have his head removed out of Eddie's arsehole. Dave lived, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? But you're bigger than Dave, so it's probably hard to get you to prize you off him. But I hope you well, Steffi. With all that rimming you're doing lately, though, TCP shares will be going up, won't they? Jesus. Yeah, I thought that was funny, actually, when somebody told me that Eddie were going around saying, well, anybody who works with Frank, I just look at it like they're not 100% Matchroom. That's a threat. When you hear things like that, if you've got fighters working with them, you're frightened to work with other people. That's why I respect Joe Gallagher. He does best for his fighters. He doesn't stay stuck with one person because Should Eddie leave the sport of boxing, what'll happen to all these people that are like, oh, what'll happen? What'll happen? I'll tell you what'll happen. They'll be discarded like rubbish. They'll end up dossers. They'll end up dossers. Trust me. So get what you can out of the sport now. Because I'll still be doing this in 10 years when you're all a busted flush. Get ready. It's happening. It's in front of your eyeballs. Moving on to pay-per-view fights. Parker Chisora. Oh my God. Parker Chisora. Parker the Stinkinator and Delbo. Oh, Pug. Poor man's Joe Fraser, 10 losses. Where's he going now? Where's he going, Del Boy? Do you know what he's going to sound like in another year? Scooby-Doo. He'll sound like Scooby-Doo in a few more years. He'll be passed about. He'll be past the parcel in a few more years. It'll be Derek turning up. He'll be like opening fight, won't he, on a pay-per-view card for 50 grand or something, getting punched upside down by somebody. Who's looking out for Derek Chisora? Who? David A. David A. Is he looking out for you, Del Boy? Oh my God. You have got brain damage, haven't you, if you think David A cares about you? Jeez. Sort of garbage, isn't it? Parker against Chisora. They're not even from England, are they? Kiwi against Zimbabwe. What's happened to putting our British kids on? Or is that racist? Am I racist saying that? God, is that bad? Is that bad saying that? Callum Smith's never had a pay-per-view, has he? Was Beefy had one? No. Has Chris Eubank had a pay-per-view yet from England? He's English, isn't he? No. I don't get it. I don't get where we're going with it all, me. Parker, pay-per-view. Del Boy. Is this Del Boy's fourth? How many pay-per-views has he had in Del Boy? Is his third or fourth? Is that one with Dylan? Is that one with you? So this will be his third. Carl Froch only had 3. He brought it back. Yeah, we know. Well, I've already put that down. I've said it many times. Chisora's dug up, isn't he? He's been dug up. Might be a nice guy and that and a bit quirky and all that, but let's have it right. He's finished at top level. And he only won a European anyway. He's had one world title fight and didn't win it. He's been beat by Elenius. Come on. Come on. Well, let's get with program here. Eddie Hearn and Tyson Fury and everybody said he were finished after Caballero done him in Monaco a few years ago. What have they done then? Recycled him, repackaged him. What is Derek Chisora? He's like a Frey Bentus, isn't he, that you've warmed up 3 times, isn't he? He's not a full-on steak, is he? He's a Frey Bentus, mince and onion. Former Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year, Joe Gallagher, said, and I quote, "What's the point in Parker Chisora on pay-per-view? We're not worthy, Joe. We're not worthy." How many more people have said that to the friends? Loads. But how many have come out and said it on YouTube? How many? How many have come out on YouTube and said that? None. You all say it to your friends, don't you? Steffi Bull says it, doesn't he? He says it to people, I know. But they're not going to say it on the Twitters, are they, or on YouTube? Why? Because they all want to get to the money. That's about as two-faced as you can get, in my opinion. Shithousers, off with their heads. Everything is designed to get your hard-earned lolly. It is. Pay-per-view. Parker. Chisora. Parker got beat by White, who's never won a European. White's just been iced by a 41-year-old. Am I right? Am I right? Are they going to put this on pay-per-view and stick there with handout for you lot to pay? Why is that? Because Higgins gets on with Eddie Hearn. Listen, Higgins got rid of Kevin Barry, didn't he? Parker's trainer. Because Eddie Hearn said to him, well, not very exciting, Parker, and that. Oof, TV are not happy and all that. But soon made a change, didn't they? It was down the road. 7 days before they were saying we're like father, like son. What happened to that? Parker and Barry like father, like son. Down the road. Because Eddie's pulling all the chains, isn't he? Listen, as soon as you talk money, all that about brother from another mother, it don't mean anything in the sport of boxing. Doesn't mean a thing. They're going to bed with a snake if it ain't getting paid or views. Jesus. Don't be fooled. Parker Chisora's a Saturday night non-pay-per-view fight. There's not even a belt on line. I mean, how much more can we take of this crap? You, the fans, are to blame. You know why? You keep paying for it, don't you? Tell me in emails, waking up to 120 emails, 90 of them threats. Waking up every day to all this. For what? Go on your social medias and say it. I respect anybody that comes out and got an opinion. Anybody. But don't tell me. Tell the powers that be. Or go on your social medias and say it. Go on IFL and say it. IFL know it's a load of crap, but they're not going to say how, are they? 6 pay-per-view for Dylan White. He's not won a European yet. Not even fought for a world. Povetkin's on his 3rd pay-per-view against Dillian. Carl Froch only had 3. Chisora's on his 3rd against Parker. How many's Parker on? Joshua, Dylan, and now Chisora. He's on his 3rd Parker. Oh my God. Pulaf's next one's his 3rd as well. Oh my God. I'm like Miss Marple today, aren't I? I'm like Inspector Clouseau. Hey? Do you know what I mean? How's Adam Smith going to sell this when he gets behind that mic? Eh? Welcome to the Blue Ribbon Division, Matt. Good to be back. Parker's in great shape. He's got a new trainer. And Del Boy is Del Boy. Rough, tough, rugged, durable, all action, game. Listen, the time to worry about a fighter is when Adam Smith says, Derek Chisora is durable. And then Matt Macklin goes, he's game. When they say you're durable and game, it means you're crap and you're shot, a busted flush. Here's what it is, isn't it? We've spoke earlier on, haven't we, about fighters skipping levels, so I don't want to bug you with that. Frank Buglioni tried it, didn't he? He tried to go in with Churinov before he won a British. Got beat, then he came back and won a British, so well done, Frank. But here's what it is, isn't it? Who's at fault and who's next? Well, I've told you, Conor Benn's next to be found out. He'll be next to be added to the long list of fighters that have been found out. Look at that lot to get from here. We spoke about Buatsi, haven't we? WBA, number 2 ranked. But he don't want to fight for a world title, does he? Who does he want to fight, Buatsi? Is he going to take a test yet? Is he going to go in a fight where it's a 50-50? Just a 50-50 will do for me. That's all I want to see. I just want to see Buatsi in a 50-50. I don't think that's a lot to happen, to ask. You know, Takam, they're going to wheel him out next. I keep hearing his name mentioned. Takam, garbage. How old is he now? Is he older than me, him? I mean, when these fighters fight Joshua, do they get a contract that says they can come back on pay-per-view again? Is that what we're doing? Is that where it's heading? I don't know. These fighters, Dylan White, Povetkin, Parker, Pulev, Takam, Chisora. How many B-class fighters is there out them 6 C-class? Is there a B-class fighter in that? I don't think there is. I think they're all C-class. But they're all on pay-per-view. They're all cannon fodder for pay-per-view, aren't they? I know I'm right. You want to look at my inbox. But they've got the platforms to drown people like me out. Oh, they think they have. Got platforms, haven't they? These people can just throw that much mud out. People believe it in them, don't they? When you've got Johnny Nelson coming out saying, Takam is like George Foreman and Evander Holyfield rolled into one. I'm really worried about Joshua in this fight. Takam, Jesus, what, with 12 days notice fighting Anthony Joshua? And you're saying you're worried for Joshua, Johnny. When you come out with stuff like that, you know it's not true. You know it's not true, Johnny. So why come out with it? Why show yourself up? Because all you're doing is putting yourself into the company man bracket. Do you know what I mean? It's nearly as bad as Macklin, isn't it? With his line of the year a while back. He's on shaky legs, Adam. That's the best line that Matthew Macklin's ever come out with. He stole the moment, the biggest upset of the decade. And all we can hear in the background is Matthew Macklin talking about shaky legs. But you'd know about that, wouldn't you, Macklin? About the old shaky legs carry on. Ask Ryan Rhodes and Jamie Moore. No, I don't think Macklin fought Ryan Rhodes. It was Jamie Moore that fought Ryan. It was Jamie that fought Macklin, wasn't it? So I'll take that back. But Macklin knows about shaky legs. Or were it shaky ribs against Golovkin? Either way, why don't you just start telling the truth, all you pundits? And stop trying to have big fighters up who are garbage. Just tell us the truth. If they're good, say it. Tell us they're good. But don't start saying people are game and durable when they're really there to lose. I don't want to see that. It's in bad form. It's in bad form. It's in bad form. It is what it isn't. It is what it isn't. We're coming to end now. I'm going to lose my rag in a minute here when I let this big juicy one off. Yeah, I've done that one. Joseph Parker one. I don't know what to make of it all. Callum Smith at Ring Belt, didn't he? Callum Smith at Ring Magazine Belt. Couldn't get a pay-per-view. But yeah, you've got Parker on pay-per-view yet again. Why is that? What's going on there? Parker on pay-per-view. You know, what's going on, man? He stunk place out against Hughie Fury. Stunk Arena out. Stunk it out against Joshua as well. He stunk it out against that Far guy other night. It's that bad he sacked his trainer, like I pointed out to you, but I mean, he's that bad, Parker. He is the original stinker, mate. It makes Lawrence Okolie look like Aaron Pryor. Jesus. We spoke about Joe Joyce, didn't we, and Sam Jones. Why is Sam Jones pandering to Eddie Hearn? You should be screaming at Eddie Hearn. If Usyk doesn't fight Joshua, it's Joyce Usyk. Why aren't you putting pressure on WBO? What's going on? It's craziness. Utter craziness. Porky, what is a TV trainer? A TV trainer to me is Ben Davison, Dave Caldwell, Dominic Ingle. People who I keep seeing on TV because they're trainers and they're on TV all the time selling themselves. Unbelievable, all carrying off like the Manny Stewart. Unreal. Too much rattle for my liking, making it about them and not their fighters. I don't think I've heard Willie Hutchinson talk yet, but I keep hearing Dominic Ingle talk like he's some roadman killer. Craziness. What a craziness. I had to laugh, though. I had to laugh when somebody told me that Dominic Ingle were in a band. They used to wear chat pants. It was like a take that tribute band. Dominic there in his chat pants. He must have been doing that at night when he worked at Sainsbury's, because he was security at Sainsbury's, Dominic. One of my mate over there one day goes, that Dominic Ingles over there, Brendan's son, security guy. I goes, what? Him over there, guarding jelly babies and sandwiches. He goes, yeah, that's him there. Dominic King had a ginger comb over at the time. Ginger comb over, what's all that about? Hey? Right, said Dom. Chat pants. Dominic, what's going on with you? Chat pants. What is all that about? Hey? All I want to know is this, Dominic. When you have a fourth fighter fail a dope test, and you will, when it happens, will you hand your licence into British Boxing Board of Control? Because if that were Jurgen Klopp, he'd have been down the road after the second one, wouldn't he? So when you have a fourth, will that licence get handed in? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. I mean, I was looking earlier on today. Dominic's had 3 failed dope tests, his fighters. Joe Gallagher's had none. But Joe Gallagher's going on stick at the moment, isn't he? Not had a dope test failure, has he? Interesting to see what goes on down the line, won't it? Well, like I just said there, Ben Davies and Dominic and Caldwell, they're all in love with the Sens. If they were a Twix, they would have met themselves by now, wouldn't they? Or a Terry Zoll goal. I'm more of a topic man myself. Which brings me to my favourite topic, the British Boxing Board of Control. The cretins that ponce off the sport of boxing. Company house accounts. Over £18,000 a week every week was spent on expenses last year. That's over 900 grand. They didn't pay any tax and put it through as expenses. You can have a good time, then 5 on that, can't you? Hey? Oh, you have a great time on that, can't you? Isn't that right, Charlie Giles? Oh, have a great time. Go around World on that. You can go to all conventions, IBF, IBO, WBA, WBC, WBO. Go to all of them, can't you? Cancun. Where's the other one? Where was that other one Dennis went to? Italy. Him and Crumpy went to Italy or Switzerland or something. You can go anywhere, can't you? Oh, it's lovely, that, isn't it? Good old jolly up, innit? But what are you doing for the sport of boxing? What? We're still complaining about judges, aren't we? We complain about judges, don't we, after bad decisions? And they say they're going to do something about it. A week later, it's all forgot about, isn't it? It's like when Scott Westgarth died. They were going to do this and going to do that. Everybody were upset, wanted for a week. Scott Westgarth don't get a mention now, does he, that kid? Why's that? Why is that? Should be statues going up in Sheffield of that kid or his hometown up north where he's from. Nobody mentions him now, do they? Nobody mentions him. Nobody mentions that lad at all. Bud don't mention him, do they? Hey? These people here, 70-odd-year-old, this shower, they've had their hands in cookie jar for years, milking it, swanning about like they own the place, loading it over people. How dare anybody question these judges who obviously are going to give everything to hometown promoter, aren't they? Because they're all in on it together. I'm sick of it. When we're going to see some transparency? When can we see a judge? Right, this is all I want. When we have a bad decision and everybody's in uproar, can we have the judges that gave the bad decision, either one of them, 2 of them, or 3 of them? Can we have them in a room like they did for that Manny Pacquiao-Tim Bradley fight? They put them all in a room, didn't they? These judges to get a decision with the different judges. I don't know, but didn't one of them have to come out and explain themselves? Why can't we have them come out and explain and go through the fight with somebody like me? Somebody like me that's going to ask them proper questions. Can we have them go through these fights? Can we have that, what were it now? Terry O'Connor, can we have him? Can I sit and go through some of his scorecards where he's handed out? Or that Steve Gray? Can I please sit next to them guys? Can I? Hey? I said, how did you get that score for that round? How? Can you explain to me how? What are you looking for? The guy never threw a punch. You're giving 10-9 rounds to him. Can we have some transparency, Robert Smith? I know you're a shithouse and that, and you don't really care, and you're not bothered about social media and anybody having an opinion, are you, snowflake? because you don't want your little apple cart upsetting, do you? But everybody's fed up here. And soon enough, sooner or later, somebody's going to come to me and they're going to say, do you know what? You're right, you. We need a breakaway sanctioning body to run this control, because this border control, it was just a load of gangsters that set it up back in the day, you know. Go do your history and check. Just some people that set it up just to take a cut of what money were going through on turnstiles. That's all they are. And it's sort of grown into health and safety with this and that and medicals and all that. They're all getting looked after. They've all got their noses in the trough. When's it going to stop? When? When's it all going to stop? Fighters' lives are getting ruined by these decisions. Do you know that? When's it all going to stop? When are we going to have somebody siding with fighters? When? When's it going to happen? It ain't, is it? We'll be talking about this in 5 years from now. I will be. Everybody else will just forget about it all because they're not really bothered about fighters. You get a few beers down your motor and you watch your fight and that's it. You don't live it like the real fans, do you? That's what I think anyway. It is what it is, isn't it? But that's what I touch on. Yoka. I don't see anybody calling him out. Tony Yoka. Olympic gold medalist. He's from France. 2016 gold medalist. What is he now? 10-0. Has he got 8 knockouts? He's blathering people, isn't he? Nobody mentions him, do they? Dylan White, you're the can man. Anybody who wants it can get it, you keep saying. You never mentioned Tony Yoka, have you, Dylan? Or Joe Joyce. Hey? Dylan the can't man. Anybody who wants it can't get it. Just give me dug up people over 40 and I'm happy on pay-per-view. If you can fight men over 40 on pay-per-view, he's on his 6th in a couple of weeks. Why do you want to go in with a killer? A roadman killer like Yoka. Yoka's a roadman killer. Joshua don't want to mention his name. He daren't even dream about him. Does Tony Yoka beat White, Povetkin, Pulev, Chisora, Parker, the famous 5? You know, the recycled 5. You know, the 5 that Eddie keeps recycling. Does Yoka beat them? Smokes all of them, punches them upside down. So, I believe he's got Virgil Hunter as his trainer. Not my favourite person, but let's hope Virgil Hunter can get a second world champion from another Olympic gold medalist. He loves his gold medalist, doesn't he, Virgil Hunter? Can't do anything with anybody else, though, can he? But if you can't do not win Olympic gold medalist, God, it's bad, isn't it? I won't wish Campbell Hatton the best, but would anybody be interested in Campbell Hatton if his dad want Ricky Hatton? No, they won't. Eddie Hardy from Highfields in Doncaster punched him upside down in amateurs. Eddie Hardy don't get a mention, does he? Why not? He'll be next biggest star in Doncaster, Eddie Hardy, trained by John Loosemore. He's one to watch. Remember his name? Eddie Hardy. It's not hard to spell, is it? H-A-R-D-I-E, Eddie Hardy. He's going to be one of the big hitters next. We spoke about judging, haven't we? And I've blown a bit of steam off about it because I'm passionate about a sport that I love. And everybody who tunes into my channel and who joins the members area, they're passionate as well. All right, so thank you very much for following me. And like I said, we're going to change it up a little bit. And it's going to get interesting in the next few months because we're here to stay. So if you want to start slashing tyres and ringing me up at middle at night, crack on. Crack on with emails as well. Keep on because we're going nowhere. That includes you, John Fury. You open your mouth, you've got to fight Mickey Theo, aren't you? A big fighting man that don't fight. Been out of jail 6 years, John. You haven't thrown a punch yet, but you're always going to do someone in. Turn up. Turn up, John. Turn up. Fight Mickey Theo and let's get it on. Let's get it on. That's all you've got to do. Turn up. Fights I want to see, though. I want to see Fury Joshua. I want to see that. When it happens, I don't know. I think it's going to be overkill soon. Other fights I want to see. I'd like to see Chris Eubank. I'd like to see Chris Eubank against Liam Williams. I think that's a great fight. Is that a pay-per-view fight? Yeah, 20 quid be a good undercard. Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a pay-per-view fight, then, Liam Williams. and Eubank. I'd like to see Dominic Ingle involved in that. Let's see how good a trainer Dominic Ingle really is. But Dominic, make sure when you do get that, if they do get that fight and you're on TV, can you make your T-shirts a little bit tighter, Dominic? Take him to Dawn's sewing rooms at Mexborough. She'll make him a bit tighter for you next time. All right, Dom. All right. I think that's about it. Thank you for liking and subscribing and leaving comments. Don't forget to email me if you want to come on the channel on Zoom. porkycorner@mail.com. Not Porkys, it's Porky Corner. It is called Porky's Corner, yeah, but when I was doing email, I forgot S, didn't I? So porkycorner@mail.com. That's the email. If you want to come on Zoom and you want to have a debate with me, you're more than welcome. You want to take me on? Take me on Zoom. We don't need to fight, do we? What do you want to fight for? You'll get hurt. So take me on Zoom. All right, that includes you, Dominic Ingle. You can come on my channel anytime you want, but you daren't, dare you? You daren't come on here, Dom. You daren't face me, you. Come on here, Dominic Ingle. I've got some questions for you. Like, I don't want Eddie Hills on here now. We've already put him in his place. Mr. 2 skills bouts. 4-0, 3 by way of. No, 2 skills bouts, and they don't declare a winner. Oh my God, how the mighty have fallen. All right. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep sporting boxing. Big shout out to my friend Frank Smith in Bury. I hope you're well, Frank. Nice to see you the other day. I'll come see you again. Big shout out to your pal Dave as well. All right. Peace out.